we are going to welcome here Professor Hayder Al-Aubaidy, the chair of IAMA Research Committee. He's a professor of learning and teaching in medical education in Australia, and he is distinguished medical practitioner, researcher, and educator with extensive experience in academia and the clinical practices. His research focuses on early detection and prevention of type 2 diabetes, particularly the anti-inflammatory, lowering and glucose lowering. Sorry, I'm not familiar with these medical terms. He has published extensively in peer-reviewed journals and serves as editorial board and as a reviewer for several international medical journals. So welcome, Dr. Hayder. Sorry for the introduction.
No problem. Good afternoon, everyone. So the aim of this session is to acknowledge and promote the scientific achievements of our Iraqi doctors as well as our medical and research students. We wanted to acknowledge this and promote their achievements both nationally and internationally. So what we did over the past few weeks, we have invited the researchers through the IAMA portals to submit their recent publications as well as their posters presentations to be included in our research award. And what we did next is we've developed an assessment framework that enable us to go through all the publications and provided some sort of a rubric criteria to enable us to compare between the published work. So the main rubrics focus on the scientific quality and the methods used, the originality of the studies and their innovation, result interpretation, relevance, and their clinical and scientific impact, as well as the clarity and the scholarly communications. As you can see here on the screen, we've got certain percentage for each one of these criteria, and then we transfer this into a scoring rubrics to enable us to have that comparative. So for the research paper submission, we've got a total of 12 papers submitted so far. And this is considered to be okay within taking into consideration that we've promoted for this session a few weeks prior to the start of the conference. So hopefully in future years when we've got more time or more notice, we will receive much more than this number. Majority of the papers were focused on clinical research. However, we've got some papers focused on the applied research, cross-sectional studies, systematic reviews, as well as conceptual framework. The next slides will be announced for the winner recipients. During this session, we will announce who got what, but the prize will be awarded to the winners during the gala dinner. So stay tuned during the gala dinner for the prizes. And I'm pleased to announce that Rafeq Al-Hassani from Western Sydney University has got the highest impact for her paper. Where are you, Rafeq? Just raise your hand. Say hi to Rafeq. So her paper entitled "The Interhemispheric Inhibition Between the Primary Motor Cortices is Not Altered in Individuals with Chronic Lateral Epicondylgia." The total score for this paper comes to a total of 88. There are other two papers which comes very close, but Rafeq's paper scored the highest one. And the key strength for this paper outlined briefly here. It's the rigorous study design, the in neurophysiological methodology, the robust, solid statistical analysis, publication in a peer review and well-recognized journal, as well as clear disciplines interpretation of the findings. Congratulations, Ghufran. Wonderful. As for the poster submission, we received a total of 18 posters. And also the majority of these posters focus on clinical research. Applied sciences comes next, as well as we've got a couple of papers focused on cross-sectional studies as well as conceptual framework. And it's also my pleasure to announce the winner for the poster submission is Rania Al-Atiya from University of New South Wales. Where are you, Rania? Congratulations. Her poster entitled Activation of Human CD4, CD25, CD127 TREG with alloantigen and ribosomal interleukin 2 induces interferon gamma receptor. The total score is 89, and its key strength, its high relevance to the immunotherapy and transplantation sciences, strong translational potential to autoimmune disease management, advanced understandings of the regulatory T cells activation mechanisms, as well as showing that clear linkage between experimental findings and clinical applications. We've got a sample of all the posters distributed outside in the foyer. If you haven't had the chance to look at them, please save 5 to 10 minutes of your time following these sessions to have a look on them and meet with the presenters. Lastly, the IAMA Ethics and Research Committee acknowledged the high quality submission across the diverse research domains. There were a strong presentation of the clinically relevant research, and as we said, the marking rubrics has focused on multiple aspects. Key aspects is the methodological excellence, the innovation, and the translational impact. And finally, this is just wanted to acknowledge Dr. Ahmed Al-Rubai and Dr. Ali Fayyad for their efforts in helping us in reviewing this research work. We look forward to more of your contribution in the future conferences. Thank you.